On February 23, 2024, Charlotte County deputies were called to Charlie's pub after multiple witnesses reported a woman may be driving impaired, with a small child in the car. People inside the bar said she appeared heavily intoxicated and unfit to care for the child. What began as a routine welfare check would quickly become a serious intervention because a child's safety was on the line.
Do you have another unit in that, please? Hello! Hope I go with the Sheriff's Office Traffic Safety Team. Reason I'm stopping the Infinity is we had a call about your vehicle. They were concerned about your ability to operate a vehicle. Is everything okay? Right. Have you had anything, alcohol or anything to drink today? Right. Are you on any medications prescribed by a doctor?
Well, anxiety.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
How much have you had today?
My anxiety med?
We're right in the middle of the pharmacy.
It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine. Last night.
Okay. All right. What were you doing up at Charlie's pub?
I stopped because I had to use the restroom.
Okay. Okay. Well, they're the ones that called. They were concerned about you being able to drive safely. All right. So I have another vehicle coming. How come you didn't, when I got out of the car to walk up to you, you didn't, you just took off on the access right there? Or did you not even see me?
No, I stopped it.
No. No, I was behind you when you were at the stop sign. I was walking up to your car and you took off. Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. Well, like I said, right now I'm just waiting. How old is the little baby?
She's 2 and he's 7 months.
Oh, okay.
I took her.
Took her in the pub?
Yeah, I just had to use the
You didn't take him?
No.
You left him in the car?
I left vehicle running. I just had to pee.
Okay. All right, I'm going to get my form. Can you get her out real quick? Sure. Tab 313's out with me. I'm going to do field sobriety, but she's got 2 babies in the car too, so I'll wait for a third to get here to watch them while I do her. At this time, ma'am, I am concerned about your ability to operate a vehicle safely. I'm seeing a couple of clues and indicators that believe me to be that you may not be able to operate it safely. That I'm going to ask you to submit to field sobriety to make sure you're able to operate your Infinity safely today, okay? Will you do the exercises I'm going to ask of you?
I will.
All right. All right, Miss, the first thing I'm going to do, Miss Patton, is I'm going to check your eyes. All right? So what I want you to do is stand with your feet together, arms at your side. You see that pen? I need you to focus on that pen. When I move it, I'm going to move it in a left to right fashion. You're going to follow with your eyes and your eyes only, keeping your head completely straight. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
Do you have any questions?
No, I do not.
All right. All right, miss, this time we're going to go upwards. Same thing, just your eyes, head straight, okay?
Yes, sir.
Relax for a moment. All right, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around your face in a circle twice. You're going to follow with your eyes only. After I make that second turn, I'm going to bring it in close to your nose. I'm not going to touch your nose, it'll be very close.
Yes, sir.
As mine, what I'm trying to do is get your eyes to cross.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Miss Patton. This white line that you're standing on, do you see it?
Yes, sir.
Do you consider it a fairly straight line?
I do, sir.
Is it free of any debris that could cause you to trip?
No, sir.
It's not what's on it that could cause you to trip?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, I asked, is it free of any debris?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. I see that you're wearing sandals.
Sir.
Would you like to take those off and do it barefoot, or are you comfortable in your sandals?
I'm comfortable with my
right.
sandals, sir.
All right, what I'm going to do, ma'am, is this time I want you to put your left foot directly on the line. Take your right foot, place it directly in front of left like mine, arms at your side. Stay in that position. Do not start until I tell you to begin.
Sir.
When I tell you to begin, though, Miss Patton, you're going to take a series of steps, counting your steps out loud like such.
There is
1, 2, 3. You're going to go all the way to 9. Upon reaching 9, you're going to leave that lead foot in place. You're going to take that back foot. You'll step out, make a series of steps, turning all the way around. You're then going to return back down the line another 9 steps like such. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and assume the position. right foot in front of left. All right, nope, don't start yet. Wait till I tell you to start. So left foot on the line, right foot in front of left, touching heel to toe. Right foot in front of left. Are you ready?
Yes, sir, I am ready. I'm sorry. Yes, sir, I am ready.
All right, put your right foot in front of left. That's the starting position. Now begin.
Yes, sir.
Miss Patton, do you remember the instructions?
Foot in front of the other for nine
Yep.
steps?
And then turn and go back 9, right?
Okay.
How many steps did you take?
I didn't count. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Do you want me to start again?
No, just continue back the other way. Come back there. How many steps was that?
Honestly, I guess back.
Okay. All right.
I can do it again.
No, we're fine. Do you have a stopwatch for me in a second?
Yeah, I can here.
Just wait right here on this line for me.
Yes, sir.
We got 2 more exercises to do.
Sir.
Oh, no, I'll just have you keep the time. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, let me get getting ready.
All right. The next exercise is called the one-leg stand.
Sir.
Okay. When I tell you to, you're going to take the foot of your choice and you're going to raise it approximately 6 inches off the ground.
Sir.
It's going to look like this. Your foot will be parallel to the ground, your arms will be straight, your legs will both be straight. 6 inches is like a Coke can. Think about resting your foot on top of a Coke can.
Sir.
You're going to count out loud in the manner of such. 1001, 1002, 1003. You're going to continue to count until I say stop. I'm not going to tell you how long I'm going to have you do it for, but I will tell you that I'm about to do it longer than I'm going to have you do it.
Sir.
If at any time you lose your balance or anything like that and have to put your foot down, regain your composure, pick that foot back up, and continue counting where you left off.
Sir.
So if you have to put it down on a 5, when you pick it back up, make sure we start counting again at 6.
Sir.
All right. Again, both legs are to remain straight. Foot is parallel to the ground, 6 inches off the ground. Arms are at your side. You're looking at your foot, and you're counting out loud 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on.
Sir.
Any questions on what I'm asking you to do?
No, sir.
Do you have what foot do you want to stand on, and what foot do you want to raise?
I'm going to stand on this, but can you block the wind? It's actually very strong.
It is
right
windy.
now.
Like I said, I did just do it, but what I can do, I can stand to the side, but what I need you to do is.
I have no problem standing here. I just want you to
Yeah,
block it.
no. Do you have any physical handicaps or ailments that keeps you from doing this?
No, sir.
All right. So you're going to stand on your left and raise your right.
Sir.
All right. Tell me when you're ready.
Ready?
Begin. And you can stop. Miss Patton, the last exercise is called the finger to nose.
Sure.
So what I need you to do is take both your fingers like this, index fingers. Now put them at your side, palms forward like mine. Remain in that position until I tell you to start. When I tell you, let's switch sides so the sun's not in your eyes. I'd rather have the sun in my eyes. When I tell you to start, you're gonna have your head tilted back and your eyes shut. My eyes are staying open to watch you, but your eyes will be shut, okay?
Yes,
if
sir.
I say left, I'm gonna call out a series of lefts or rights.
Sir.
If I say left, it's straight up, tip of the nose, tip of the finger, and right back down to your side.
Sir.
I will not remind you to put it down.
Sir.
If I say right, it'll be the exact same. Straight up, tip of nose, tip of finger, and right back down to your side.
Sir.
So we're clear, that's the tip of the finger. Not
Yes.
the nail, not the pad, not the sides.
Yes, sir.
If this is your nose, and that's that's the bridge, and those are your nostrils, it's literally the tip to tip. So it's
this.
like this. Nope, like this. Straight on,
So
and then right down.
this.
This. Just
This.
like that. Yes,
So
ma'am.
turn it around to
Yep, to your nose and right back
Sir.
down to your side.
Sir.
All right, Miss Patton, head back, eyes shut, left, right, remember the instructions. Remember the instructions.
This.
You gotta put your hand down.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, sir.
Left, right, right, left. All right. I got one last exercise. It's a balance exercise.
Sir.
Face that stop sign real quick. I'm going to explain how to balance for you real quick in a minute. Left him at the jail. Miss Amanda, at this time you're under arrest for DUI. Do you have somebody that can come get the children? Who can come get the children? All right, we need to call him. I don't want to have DCF have to come out here for him. What's your husband's phone number?
Can you tell
We're
me
gonna go over
why
this one.
I'm being cuffed?
You're being arrested for DUI, driving under the influence, and that influence encompasses alcohol and medications. You're being arrested because you're not able to drive that vehicle safely. The clues and indicators you provided me during field sobriety are enough to affect the arrest on you. So we're going to go to my car. Nothing on you that's going to get you in trouble at the jail, drugs, weapons, or anything. Okay. Is there anything in the vehicle that's going to get you in trouble? Drugs, marijuana, weapons, anything? Hey, it's questions I have to ask.
I said no.
I know, and I'm just saying, it's just questions we have to ask. What's your husband's name?
Charles.
Charles.
You want to tell me what I failed?
It's not pass or fail, but I'll tell you that you gave me enough clues and indicators to arrest you.
Oh, did I?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Does my anxiety medicine that I didn't tell you about have anything to do with this?
Absolutely.
My steroids?
Absolutely.
All right.
If you look at your medication bottle, it says do not operate machinery.
No, and
It absolutely.
that I didn't tell you about.
Okay. It could be. I'm not sure what that is, but the anxiety medications, absolutely, ma'am. Okay. Yeah. Okay. She'll be right back up. You gotta take a seat, Amanda. She said the husband. Traffic fines. Should be the husband. We got a 2-year-old and an infant in the car. We need them to come out here. Do you want to I'm going to start typing something real quick. Do you want to ask her if there's a parent, a grandparent?
Yeah.
We'll get anybody.
Yeah.
At this point, any relative is better than DCF.
Yeah, that's your unicorn? What's its name? Is that your brother? He's crying. What's your brother's name? What happened? A boo-boo? In my hair? Yeah, I got a couple of those. What you watching, Sing? He's crying. How old are you? Uh-oh. Are you watching Sing? It's my favorite movie. Yeah, he's crying. What's his name? What is it? Are you trying to give me your unicorn? This is your unicorn, though. Do you want him? You want me to have him? Yeah? What's its name? Yeah. What's on your feet? You don't know? Yeah. That's my radio, so that's how I talk to people. That's how I talk to my coworkers. Yeah, pretty eyes. They're blue like mine. It's talking, yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go make sure your brother's okay, alright? I'll be right over there though, okay? I'm not gonna leave. I'm just gonna walk around to go over there, okay? I'll be right back. Hi, buddy. Hi. 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 Yes, Yes, I'm still here currently with them. Me and another deputy are.
Hi, is this Charles? Charles, this is Corporal Conant from the Sheriff's Office. I need you to come to Harbor and 41, where the pharmacy is, and pick up your children. Your wife's been arrested for DUI, and I have the children, the 2-year-old and the infant in the Infinity, and I need them picked up. 41 in Harbor and Port Charlotte. Are you familiar with Port Charlotte any? Yep. And it'll be there's a 7-Eleven on one corner, and across the street from the 7-Eleven there's a Midway Pharmacy. We're in the pharmacy parking lot.
I can give you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, it's going to be a bit. He's coming from Sarasota.
She was taken into custody and charged with driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, operating a vehicle with a person under 18 inside, and child neglect without great bodily harm. If convicted, she could face up to 5 years in prison and thousands of dollars in fines. As always, she remains innocent until proven guilty. When witnesses call police because they think a parent is too drunk to drive, it's easy to assume it's overreacting. Until you see the car, until you see the kids, and until you hear the calm, practiced tone of a traffic safety deputy who's already thinking about 2 timelines at once: the DUI investigation and the child protection emergency that can unfold in minutes. This incident begins outside a bar where people noticed something that felt off. Before we continue, remember to like, subscribe, and comment down where you're watching from. A woman leaves a pub. She has small children with her. She looks impaired, and concerned strangers do the one thing that can prevent a tragedy. They call it in. Deputies locate the vehicle, an Infinity, and conduct what starts as a welfare stop. The deputy's opening is almost gentle. Reason I'm stopping you is we had a call about your vehicle. They were concerned about your ability to operate it. He asked the standard questions. Are you okay? Any alcohol today? Any medications prescribed by a doctor? And the driver's answers are the kind that set alarms off without sounding dramatic. Anxiety. Last night, I just had to use the restroom. The deputy notices something else too, behavior that suggests impaired judgment. He says he tried to approach, and she took off from the stop sign area as he walked up. She apologizes, says she saw him. But in the deputy's mind, the detail is already logged. unsteady decision-making. Then comes the moment that changes the temperature of the stop. The deputy learns the ages of the kids: 2-year-old, infant, and a 7-year-old. And when the deputy asks if she took them inside the pub, she says she took the baby inside, but left the older child in the running car. That's the line that turns this into something more than traffic. Because DUI is one charge, but leaving a child unattended in a running vehicle, even just to pee, is a separate kind of risk. The deputy calls for another unit, not to intimidate, but for logistics. He says it plainly: "I'm going to do field sobriety, but she's got 2 babies in the car. I need someone to watch them." That single sentence tells you what's really happening. The deputy is trying to keep children safe while building legal probable cause. He explains his concern. Clues and indicators suggest she may not be able to operate the vehicle safely. He asks for field sobriety exercises. And here's where this footage becomes a blueprint of how DUI cases are built. Calm instructions, repeated clarifications, and a steady documentation of each mistake. First, eye tests, then the walk and turn. The deputy asks if the line is straight, if it's clear of debris, if her footwear is stable. This isn't small talk, it's foundation. Because every detail matters when defense attorneys later claim the test was unfair. She tries the walk and turn and immediately loses track. She forgets instructions. She doesn't count steps. She turns wrong. Not malicious, not dramatic, just impaired enough to raise serious doubt about safety. The deputy moves to the one-leg stand. It's windy. She asks if he can block the wind. The deputy doesn't mock her. He asks the key question: "Any physical handicaps that prevent the test?" When she says no, he proceeds. She struggles, then finger to nose. And again you see the same pattern. Confusion, forgetting to reset, needing reminders. Every time she slips, the deputy doesn't argue. He records it. Because DUI cases aren't won by yelling. They're won by consistent observations that show impairment beyond reasonable doubt. Then without theatrics, the deputy makes the decision. At this time, you're under arrest for DUI. You can feel the shift. The driver immediately wants explanations. She asks what she failed. The deputy gives the legally correct answer. It's not pass or fail. You gave me enough clues and indicators to arrest you. She mentions anxiety medication. And the deputy says something most people don't want to hear, but is absolutely real. Driving under the influence includes alcohol and medications. If your prescription says, "Do not operate machinery," and your behavior shows impairment, that's a problem. Now the case becomes 2 emergencies at once. 1, arrest procedures. 2, what to do with the children. The deputy's partner is already thinking ahead. At this point, any relative is better than DCF. That line matters, because it shows the deputy's priority is not punishment, it's placement. They want the kids to go with family. Because if no one comes, the state steps in. And for a family, that can be a deeper scar than the arrest itself. The body cam then captures a contrast that makes this footage hard to watch. A deputy carefully speaking to a child, gently, like a normal adult trying to make a scary moment less scary. The child shows a unicorn toy. The deputy responds softly, engages, reassures. He isn't cold, he isn't cruel, he's doing triage with empathy. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the adult's choices are closing doors. They call the husband. The deputy is direct. "Your wife has been arrested for DUI. I need you to come pick up your children." He gives location details, repeats it, makes it simple, because time matters. If he can't arrive, the entire outcome changes. And while they wait, you hear the reality of the charges forming. DUI with a person under 18 in the vehicle, and child neglect without great bodily harm. This is the legal moment where people finally realize the just needed to pee defense doesn't undo the risk. It doesn't matter that nothing happened. The law cares that something could have happened. A running car can shift into gear, a child can press buttons, a baby can choke, heat can build, a stranger can walk up, a parent can drive impaired and crash. The system isn't waiting for the headline, it's intervening before it becomes one. Eventually the husband confirms he's coming from out of town. The deputies maintain custody of the scene until the handoff is safe. And when this kind of footage ends, there's always one quiet truth left behind. The children didn't choose any of this. They didn't choose to be in the backseat of a police stop. They didn't choose to watch their mother cuffed. They didn't choose to be the reason strangers at a bar called police. They're just there, living inside the adult decisions. The driver's taken into custody and charged. She is innocent until proven guilty, but the camera doesn't care about innocence or guilt. It captures impairment, risk, and choices. And in a case like this, the story isn't a mom got arrested. The story is the thin line between a concerned call and a tragedy that never happened, because somebody spoke up in time. What makes this stop different from a standard DUI video is that the deputy is running a mental checklist of child danger the entire time. He's not just looking at her eyes, he's looking at the car. Is it running? Are the doors locked? Are the kids buckled? Is there air conditioning? Are they crying? Are they unsupervised? Because if he turns his back for 5 seconds, anything can happen. That's why he requests a third unit. And when that unit arrives, you start hearing the quiet logistics that make or break these cases. Who's going to stand with the kids? Who's going to watch the infant while mom is out doing tests? Who's going to keep the situation calm? The deputy's demeanor stays professional, but you can feel the frustration building in the questions. Not rage, disbelief, because every answer adds another risk. She says she only went inside to use the restroom. She says she left the vehicle running. She says she took the baby inside, but not the older child. And on camera, those statements become admissions. Later, those admissions become exhibits. The field sobriety portion is the slow grind of legality. He gives instructions, repeats them, documents compliance, documents mistakes. He checks for fairness, line conditions, footwear, debris. Those aren't extras. Those are the shield against the defense argument. She was set up to fail. When she loses the count, when she turns wrong, when she seems confused, it's not about humiliation. It's about whether she can safely operate a vehicle with children inside. Then comes the moment she mentions medication again, and you can hear the deputy lock onto it, because a lot of DUI cases involve a driver who believes prescriptions equal permission. They don't. If you're impaired, you're impaired. The deputy even references what's often written on bottles. Do not operate heavy machinery. He's explaining it for the camera as much as for her, because later her attorney will argue she wasn't warned, she didn't know, she was anxious, and the deputy is making sure the record shows he addressed it. Once she's told she's under arrest, the deputy transitions into the other half of the call, child placement. He doesn't say DCF like a threat. He says it like an outcome he's trying to avoid. The tone is clear. Get someone here. Any relative. Now. Because the alternative is paperwork that follows the kids. That's why the deputy's partner calls the husband directly and gives detailed landmarks. 7-Eleven, pharmacy, parking lot. He repeats it so there's no confusion. And then, while waiting, the deputy does something that reveals how much police work is about controlling panic. He talks to the children. He responds to toys. He keeps them engaged. He tells them he's not leaving. He walks around, checks on the crying child, reassures them. This isn't a nice guy moment. It's de-escalation. Because the calmer the kids are, the safer the stop is. And because the calmer the stop is, the easier the legal process is. Even the way the deputy asks questions while typing, measured, repetitive, shows he's building a report in real time. He's turning observations into charges. DUI. DUI with minors present. Child neglect. Every one of those has its own standard, its own elements, its own facts that need to be documented. And the body cam captures why the neglect component is even on the table, leaving a child alone in a running vehicle, operating a vehicle while impaired with kids in the back, and the general inability to safely supervise while under influence. You can also see the human math of these cases. The deputy doesn't want to be the guy who calls Child Protective Services. He'd rather hand the kids to a sober parent. But he also can't let the kids sit in a parking lot indefinitely. So he's timing everything. How far is Dad? How long can we safely keep the kids here? What happens if Dad doesn't show? That's why the footage is so tense, even without screaming. Because the stakes are invisible, but real. And the saddest part is the way the driver tries to bargain with explanation. Anxiety, medication, stress, I just had to pee. But explanations don't reverse risk. If you drive impaired with children, it doesn't matter why. It matters what could have happened. The crash that didn't happen. The runaway child that didn't happen. The stranger that didn't happen. Those didn't happen outcomes are the entire reason the law intervenes early. When the husband finally arrives, it's a relief moment on camera. Not because the driver wins, because the kids avoid entering the system. Because the deputies can complete the arrest and clear the scene. Because a family crisis doesn't become a foster placement crisis. And then, as the stop ends, the camera leaves you with the simplest takeaway. One afternoon decision at a pub can become a criminal case the second you put kids in the back seat and turn the key. This isn't just about punishment. It's about preventing the story everyone has seen on the news. Impaired driver, children in the car, tragedy on the road. In this case, somebody called it in. Deputies responded, and time ran out before disaster could catch up. That is why this footage matters. To understand how quickly the situation spirals, you have to picture the scene from the deputy's perspective. You're in a pharmacy parking lot near a major road. There's traffic noise, it's windy, you've got a driver you suspect is impaired, you've got children in the back seat, and you have to do a standardized investigation without letting the kids become collateral damage. That's why the deputy narrates his steps out loud. He's not doing it for show. He's doing it because DUI investigations are one of the most litigated types of cases. If he skips a step, the case can collapse. If he rushes, he can miss something. If he gets sloppy, he can lose the child endangerment angle. So he slows it down, he checks eyes, he explains how he's moving the pen, he clarifies eyes only, head straight. He describes why he brings the pen close, testing convergence. To a viewer, it sounds procedural. To a court, it's the exact foundation of probable cause. Then the walk and turn happens, and the details get uglier. He has her assume the position. He tells her not to begin. He repeats it. He watches for balance, for missteps, for inability to follow simple instructions. And she can't even give him the most basic measurement, the step count. That's the detail that hits hardest, because counting is not difficult when you're fully present. It becomes difficult when your processing is slowed. The deputy doesn't say that. He doesn't have to. The camera shows it. Then the one-leg stand. It's windy. She tries to attribute instability to the wind. But the deputy has to follow standardized rules. So he asks about physical limitations. Because in court, the defense will try to say, she had a medical reason. So he documents it. No physical handicap reported. He starts the timer. She starts counting. She wobbles. Again, no drama, just record. Then finger to nose, and you see something that DUI footage often reveals. Cognitive overload. When sober, simple instructions are simple. When impaired, simple instructions become a maze. She forgets to put her hand down. She starts at the wrong time. She hesitates. She needs reminders. Each of those is a clue. And when you stack multiple clues across multiple exercises, the deputy reaches the legal threshold. That's the moment he says she is under arrest. But watch what immediately follows. The first thing he worries about isn't paperwork, it's children. He asks for someone to pick them up. He tries to find any relative. Because if he can't, the children become a separate case, one with its own set of investigators and its own timeline. That's why you hear the partner say, at this point, any relative is better than DCF. People hear that and think it's anti-DCF bias. It's not. It's recognition of trauma. Because when child services enters a scene, the kids are about to experience a handoff into strangers in a new environment. Even if it's temporary, it's destabilizing. So law enforcement tries, whenever possible, to keep placement within the family. And then the camera shows an uncomfortable truth about the driver's decision-making that goes beyond intoxication. She's trying to argue process while her kids are confused and scared. She wants to know why. She wants to debate anxiety medication. She wants to frame it as misunderstanding. But the deputy is already in a different mode. He's doing the nothing on you that can get you in trouble at the jail checklist. Drugs, weapons, needles, anything that turns into a felony when brought into the facility. That's not because he thinks she's a criminal mastermind. It's because the jail system is unforgiving, and he's trying to prevent the next bad decision from becoming worse. Then comes one of the most sobering parts of the footage. The deputy trying to keep the children emotionally regulated. He asks them questions. He comments on their movie. He acknowledges their toy. He reassures them he's not going anywhere. That's the kind of quiet professionalism that never makes headlines, but matters in real life, because the kids are experiencing chaos, and one calm adult voice can keep them from spiraling. Meanwhile, the deputy is also documenting the child neglect element. Neglect doesn't require a crash. Neglect can be the act of placing children in a dangerous situation. Driving while impaired with minors in the vehicle can trigger enhanced penalties in many places because the risk is amplified. And leaving a child unattended in a running vehicle, even for just a minute, is treated seriously because just a minute is the window where tragedy happens. A child unbuckles, a toddler reaches for something sharp, a baby chokes on a small object, a vehicle rolls, a stranger opens a door, heat spikes, a child wanders. None of those are guaranteed, but all of them are possible, and the law punishes possibility when the risk is foreseeable. That's what this case becomes. Foreseeable risk. Then the husband call happens, and you hear how carefully the deputy speaks. He doesn't yell, he doesn't shame, he states facts. Your wife has been arrested, I have your children, I need you here. He gives the exact intersection and a recognizable landmark. He confirms the husband understands. He gets an estimated arrival. That communication becomes part of the report too, because if the husband later claimed he wasn't told, the body cam proves he was. While they wait, you can also hear the deputies trying to keep their own emotions out of it, because child-related DUI arrests can make even experienced officers angry, but anger doesn't help. So they keep it clinical, they keep it procedural, they keep it safe. And that's why, when the husband arrives, the handoff is handled with visible relief, because it means the kids don't go with strangers. It means they can go home, even if that home is now split by a criminal case. It means the children can sleep in a familiar space instead of a temporary placement. Then the driver is transported. That's when the case shifts from on scene to system. She'll be booked. She'll be offered chemical testing. She may face license suspension. She'll be given a court date. And the child neglect charge adds a separate layer that can trigger additional oversight. This is the part you don't see on camera but matters long after the sirens stop. The family consequences. Because even if the DUI charge is contested, the fact pattern is still there. A citizen called because they saw impairment. Officers observed indicators. Field sobriety showed multiple clues. Children were present. A child was left in the running car. The driver was arrested. Those are facts that don't disappear. And in family court, if custody disputes exist, this kind of arrest can become leverage. In employment, if a job requires driving, this can become consequences. In social circles, this becomes stigma. And for the children, it becomes memory. That's what makes this footage so important. It shows how quickly a day can flip, not because a villain appears, but because a parent made a risky choice and strangers refuse to ignore it. Sometimes the most life-changing moments aren't the loud ones. They're the calm ones where the paperwork starts. And this one started the moment someone at that pub picked up the phone and made the call. And if you're wondering why these stops feel so strict, this is why. A DUI without kids is already dangerous. A DUI with kids turns every mistake into a multiplier. Because if she swerves, the first victims are the children strapped behind her. If she nods off, they can't take the wheel. If she panics, they absorb the consequences. That's why the charges listed at the end matter. DUI with a person under 18 in the vehicle, and neglect of a child without great bodily harm. Those labels sound harsh, but they're the system's way of saying, we are not waiting for injury to validate risk. And it's also why the deputy closes with the legal language, innocent until proven guilty. Because court determines guilt, but the footage already determines something else. This was avoidable. A ride share, a call to a friend, a decision to not drive, a choice to leave the kids with someone safe. Any one of those choices ends this story before it starts. Instead, it becomes body cam footage, charges, and a family handing children over in a parking lot while their mother's driven away. That's the whole warning in one sentence. Some consequences don't show up as a crash. They show up as a case number.